How you doing? Cathal Irwin here from Advanced Safety. I'm just doing a couple of reviews today on high-vis jackets. I suppose what I want to particularly focus on with the jackets is the waterproofness. So sometimes I know from, let's say, a customer's perspective, you go onto a website and all you see is yellow jackets, and it's very hard, I suppose, a bit of a sea of yellow jackets. Very hard to actually decipher, what is a good waterproof jacket. Some jackets are poor. Some jackets are good. Some jackets, I suppose, you could call them great, but they come with a huge price tag. So look, we'll just take a quick look through a few of them today and try and, I suppose, give you some background knowledge on what you need to look out for when you're trying to select a jacket for the rain. So this is what we call ours, and again, most of this isn't about brand, it's just about, let's say, the type of fabrics and how the jackets are constructed and things like that. So this is just what we would call a standard high-vis jacket. It comes in a parka style like this, a road jacket, sort of full-length jacket, to a bomber style, which would be your waist. You could have it as a two-tone, so you might have a navy lower part and a high-vis yellow upper part, or it can come in orange. Again, full orange or orange two-tone, and the same is true with the bombers. This jacket is what's made of a fabric. It's called 300 denier nylon fabric. So basically, that's sort of it's a two-layer fabric as such. It is probably the most basic level of waterproofness you'll get in fabrics in waterproof jackets. To give you an idea, a lot of these types of jackets would be measured with the hydrostatic pressure. So what that would be is if you got, let's say, a column of water 1 meter high, and you put it on top of this fabric, and there was no, let's say, nothing to hold the water through, or nothing to hold the water back from the jacket, so it could actually just, sit right on the jacket. And what you keep doing is you keep stacking a meter on top of a meter on top of a meter, and you come up with the hydrostatic pressure. Well, in fact, what they probably do is they probably use X amount of centimeters of water, and they put so much pressure on the jacket, which indicates meters of water pressure. So if I'm explaining it properly, what we sort of look for in a jacket is a jacket to have a hydrostatic pressure of around 3,000 millimeters, so 3 cubic meters of water it can take above it. This jacket is described as a waterproof jacket. It's the entry-level jacket. It's 300 denier fabric. I wouldn't call it a waterproof jacket. I'd call it a high-vis jacket that is water resistant or has a waterproof element for a period of time. So these jackets are made on price and they're sold on price, and they're meant to accomplish certain tasks. Maybe they're for someone who is working outside all day in the rain, or working in the rain but in and out. So maybe they might be in a machine, they might be in and out of a truck, whatever it might be, but they're not actually standing in the rain for a full 8-hour shift. So these types of jackets, I'm just going to take it off now, just to give a little bit of background. And again, the brand doesn't make any difference in relation to these types of jackets. So you can see it's a padded jacket. So there's a quilt lining inside it. It's got a hood in the collar, and I put the collar out because I think the collar sort of demonstrates the way the jacket is made the best. Okay, so if we look that's the typical fabric. The lining is almost irrelevant. That's the typical fabric. And what it is, you have polyester on the outside, so weaved polyester on the outside, and then they coat polyurethane on the inside. And then what they do, they stitch the seams together, and then they run tape along the stitching. So I suppose, what makes these jackets good and what makes them bad, and a lot of manufacturers use this type of fabric on their jackets. So what makes it good is the thickness and the quality of the tape that they put along this seam here, or this joint, because a lot of times that's where the jacket will give up. Also, I suppose, some jackets will have a better coating of polyurethane here on the inside, a thicker, heavier coating, which again, that's really your rain barrier. This is your physical barrier, and that's your rain barrier. So again, that'll have an impact on it. So you can imagine this jacket had 3 meters of water in a column above it. it'll eventually start to seep through it. So now this jacket, I'm not honestly sure if this jacket is a 3 meters or less, but it's somewhere there or thereabout. What I would say to somebody is this jacket, if you're out in the rain all day, and again, brand is not specific in it, it's what we call a standard or an entry level jacket. You know, really it's sort of 30 to 60 minute waterproofness. It's not an all day jacket. So it's bought at a price, sold at a price, and it's a functional jacket. Nothing wrong with it, it's absolutely fine. Where these jackets, the feedback we tend to get, you know, these jackets start to give up on, you know, at the high wear points like the shoulders, you know, the stitching, the seams, the tapes, things like that. That's where they tend to start letting in water. Maybe the hood isn't formed as good as other jackets, things like that. But again, you know, it's probably as common a jacket as you see out there. Typically these jackets only come in lined. Thanks for watching. We'll try and review some more jackets and see if we build up a little bit more knowledge on it.